The midday sun beat down on the fields, which rolled gently between clusters of trees marking each farmhouse. The crops, ripe rye, yellowing wheat, pale green oats, and dark green clover formed a colorful rippling blanket over the earth. Far off, on a hilltop, a long line of cows stood like soldiers, some resting, others grazing, their big eyes blinking in the harsh light. They chewed lazily on a clover field as wide as a lake. Two women, a mother and her daughter, walked steadily toward the herd, one behind the other. Each carried two zinc pails hanging from a wooden hoop, flashing brightly in the sunlight with every step. They didn't talk. They were there to milk the cows. When they reached the herd, they set down one pail each and approached the first two cows, nudging them to stand with a kick from their wooden shoes. The cows rose slowly, first on their front legs, then heaving up their heavy hindquarters, weighted down by massive swaying udders. Kneeling under the cows, the two women, Madame Malivoire and her daughter Celeste, milked quickly, pulling at the swollen teats. Thin streams of milk shoot into the pails, the yellowish foam rising to the brim. They moved from cow to cow, working down the line. Once a cow was milked, they shifted it to a fresh patch of grass. When they finished, they headed home, moving slowly under the weight of the milk-filled pails, the mother leading, the daughter trailing behind. Suddenly Celeste stopped, set down her pails, sat on the ground, and started crying. Madame Malivoire, noticing the silence behind her, turned around, surprised. "What's wrong with you?" she asked. Celeste, a tall girl with fiery red hair and freckled cheeks that looked like they'd been kissed by sparks, mumbled through her tears. "I can't carry the milk anymore." Her mother eyed her suspiciously. "What's wrong with you?" she repeated. "It's too heavy. I can't do it," Celeste said, collapsing between the pails, hiding her face in her apron. "What's wrong with you?" her mother asked again, sharper this time. "I think I'm pregnant," Celeste sobbed. Madame Malivoire froze, setting down her own pails in shock. She stammered, "You're pregnant? How did this happen?" The Malivoires were well-off farmers, respected in the area, known for their good business sense and standing in the community. "I think so," Celeste whispered. Her mother glared at the crying girl at her feet. "Pregnant? Who did this to you?" she shouted. Celeste, trembling, muttered, "I think it was Polyte's coach." Furious, Madame Malivoire lunged at her daughter, hitting her with such force that her hat flew off. She struck Celeste's head, back, anywhere she could, while Celeste curled up between the pails, shielding her face. The cows startled, stopping grazing and stirred, one letting out a low moo. Exhausted, Madame Malivoire stopped, catching her breath, trying to make sense of it. She asked, "Polyte, the coach driver? How could you be so foolish? Did he track you?" Still on the ground, Celeste mumbled, "I didn't pay my fare." And then it clicked for the old woman. Every week Celeste took the farm's goods, poultry, cream, eggs to town. She'd wait by the road for Polyte's rickety yellow couch, pulled by an old white horse. Polyte, a jolly, red-faced man, would call out, "Morning, Celeste. Feeling good?" She'd hand over her baskets, climb aboard, and pay her fare, 5 pence for her and the goods. Polyte always teased, "That leg of yours hasn't gotten any thinner." She'd laugh, thinking it harmless. But one day Polyte started joking about a bit of fun instead of the fare. At first, Celeste brushed it off, blushing. "I'm not into those games, Monsieur Polyte," she'd say. But he kept at it, laughing. "You'll come around, my beauty." Over time, she started joking back. "Maybe Saturday, Polyte," she'd say, and he'd laugh louder. But in her head, Celeste was calculating. In 2 years, she'd paid Polyte near 50 francs for rides. That was no small sum in the countryside. So one spring day, when he asked again, she said, "All right, Polyte, if you won't." He wasn't surprised, climbing into the back of the couch with a grin. "Knew you'd come around," he said. The old horse plodded along, ignoring Polyte's half-hearted commands. 3 months later, Celeste realized she was pregnant. She told her mother all this through tears. Madame Malivoire, white with rage, demanded, "What did it cost you?" "4 months, 8 francs, right?" Celeste replied. Furious again, the old woman beat her daughter until she was breathless. Then, standing up, she said, "Have you told him?" "No," Celeste said. "Why not?" "Because he'd probably make me pay for all those free rides." Madame Malivoire thought for a moment, then picked up her pails. "Get up and walk home," she said. After a pause, she added, "Don't tell him anything. Let him figure it out. We'll get a few more months' fares out of him." Celeste, still crying, her face swollen and hair a mess, got up and trudged behind her mother, murmuring, "I won't say a word."